Hi students, welcome to this module. In continuation to our previous modules, which we discussed about introductory part of innovation from different aspects. So in this module, we will discuss different types of innovations. So with this, the purpose of this module is to understand different types of innovations in the organizational context, maybe at the product level, process level, and even the services, the services innovations. So, from different dimensions, we just look at the types of innovations and then their outcomes, right? So, with this, let us just start the types of innovations, and basically we can just classify the types under three categories, like the product innovation, process innovation, and services innovations. So these are the three broad categories of innovations. Now let us start with the product innovations. If you look at the product innovation, say for example, light, right? So light, maybe we can just look at the candle, right? So from candle, if you just look at further no, innovation in no, the lighting no, requirement, so then bulb. So from bulb, a simple electric bulb to again LED bulb, right? From LED bulb to another, the next level now. So you'll find there is a continuously advancement and then no, innovation that takes place on the same product, right? In the same product line. So there is a innovations. So in that context, you can see that product innovation, the change in how the product is noticed by the consumers and change in the physical the structures. So time to time and advancing the product and adding new features and adding more value to that. For example, when you are using the normal the bulb, right? So it consumes more electricity, right? If you just move to the LED bulb, so where you will get a better light as well as even less consumption of electricity. So ultimately, the benefit goes to the consumer. In that way, you can see that the product innovation has its own advantages. No, if you just work on the same line. For example, if you see the another no, important thing is you take the product like the bullet, right? So the bullet, basically you know that the product it is a very old, right? It is there more than 100 years. But time to time, if you see the changes that are happening with the bullet, no, the bike, right? So you'll find different models and different features, and you'll find no, the model to model. So you'll find advanced no, technology advance in all the features, right? So these are the changes includes the changes in the product design, research and then development, and the new product development (NPD). So all these are the various aspects, and to meet the customer needs and demands, no, so we need the change, and then the change happens because of the product innovations. So further, if you look at the product innovation, the degree of change can include the following, like no incremental improvement, additional to the product, the families, like no next generation product and new core the products. So you'll find all these aspects. Even for example, if you take the Splendor bike, you'll find so many the features. And at the same time, so if you just look at some of the examples of the product innovations are so introducing the new screen size for TV, and then even TV also you can see that the early stage of the TV with a big box, no backside you'll find a big the compartment, and then so you can see that very flat and then curve type, and then you'll find a lot of advancement and technology infusion in the color TV, no, the product. So this is another example. And further, you can the change from the CRT TV to a flat screen and other things, and adding the functionality such as internet access, or even an Android also is there with the TV, a smart TV with all kind of features. You can apply many apps. No, you can install apps and then you can use it like as you wish. So these are all the product no, level innovations, right? So the another important thing here, the product innovation is continuous improvement making the product more efficient and effective, useful and user friendly, the valuable to the users, integrated with other products and technologies or systems. These are the other features of the product innovations. I think you can understand the better how it is actually happening. So further, if you just look at the process innovations, the second the type of innovation, it involves a new, significantly improved methods for the production or delivery of output that adds value to the organization. So in the process level, we are going to completely, the change the entire line or the flow of the entire production or even service delivery. So, for example, if you see that the car with either petrol or diesel engine, and then now the same thing is going to be replaced with the electrical engine. So when electrical car is there, you can see that I mean hundreds of the spare parts are now the put into a small the box. So you can see that entire process is completely shrinked and then minimized. You will not find a complication in the entire mechanism of the automobile industry. So the term the process refers to the interrelated set of activities designed to transform inputs into the specified output for benefit of the customer. So ultimately, we are just simplifying the process and then reducing the different complexities in the process, and ultimately we are giving the easiest and the best way of consuming the product. So the process related to all operational activities by which the value is offered to the end customer, such as acquisition of raw material, manufacturing, logistics, and after sales service. All these are the various aspects of the process innovations, right? So if you just look at the process innovations, the market processes like a simpler, faster, more accurate, and more reliable and less expensive. And these are the features of the market process. In the market process, so whatever that the consumer is offering, customer is offering your choosing your product. So how actually the process is simplified and then the costing and then accurate and reliable and then less expensive to the customers, so that we have to ensure in the entire process, and it reduces the unit cost by improving the production the capacity. So all these are the other advantages of this the process innovations. So then the third one is the third type of innovation is service innovations. So service innovation is something related to technology, solutions, reliability, improvement, and then practices and customer and the client. So you'll find all these are the various aspects of service innovations. In the service innovations, the product are intangible, so that forms the extended part of the product life cycle from initial the sales to the end of the life cycle and then disposal. Service industries in areas such as the finance, food, education, transportation, health make up most organizations in any economy. So these organizations also need to innovate continuously so that they can increase and improve the level of the services to their the customers, including tourism. So unless and until you are innovative in your the product delivery or service delivery, it's very difficult to survive and sustain in the competitive environment. So services innovations, new ways of providing services or new services. So how the same thing you are providing differently when you compare with your customers. So new information technology platforms, and particularly the internet, has also added the scope for services innovations. So the internet is the valuable the resources on which the new services relationships and between the organization and their the customers are being developed every day. So that means the technology plus better service. So that is the main innovation in the service industries. If you look at the different types of innovations, the types of innovation, then product innovation, process innovations, organizational innovations, management innovations, and product innovations, and then the commercial, the marketing innovations. All these are the various dimensions and elements of the innovations, right? If you just look at the types, so as I was mentioning, invention, extension, duplication, and synthesis, and description, and then example, you can see that the total new product services of the process is invention. That Wright brothers aeroplane and Thomas Edison light bulb, Alexander Graham Bell the telephone. These are all the inventions, and then you can see that the totally new product is introduced. So extension is the new use of the different applications of already existing the product and services or a process. For example, Ray Krick and then McDonald and Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook, and Barry Stenlich, the Starwood hotels and the resorts, how they are actually the different in providing the services in a different way as extension to the existing services. And duplication is another thing, the creative replication of an existing concept like Walmart, departmental stores and gateway, personal computers and Pizza Hut, the pizza partner. So all these are the other innovations. So then, so synthesis is something like a combination of existing the concepts and then factors into the new formulas are used. So like Fred Smith like a FedEx and hard Sculch like a Starbucks. So all these are the various examples under the different categories and innovation in action, how these are happening in day-to-day business. So with that you can understand. So there are types of innovations like a product level and process level and services level, how the innovation actually creating the value to the ultimately end customers. So with this, let me stop here and then thank you very much. Looking forward to meet you in the video 44.